ready.
I'm ready!
Well, I for one am definitely ready to see Sony get their butt in gear and finally give us a brand new PlayStation showcase. And luckily, if these brand new reports are to be believed, it certainly seems like that we are nearly there. But regardless, welcome back true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans and PlayStation gamers out there to another very exciting Marvel Spider-Man 2 related video. And funny enough, I actually wanted to upload this video yesterday, but considering that was April Fool's Day, it definitely wouldn't have been taken as seriously as it should. So yes, let me clarify that this is indeed a 100% legitimate news report and not a belated April Fool's joke in any way. Although I definitely did have my fair share of fun if you do follow me on Twitter. But back to the news at hand, the last time that we received an official PlayStation showcase and not a Sony State of Play was all the way back in September of 2021. And to be quite honest, ever since that showcase happened, we haven't received any major news updates on any of the massive upcoming first-party Sony exclusives that will be releasing specifically on the PlayStation 5. Whether that relates to games that we all currently know about like Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine, or even more unknown Sony exclusives that we do know are likely coming in the future with that of The Last of Us Factions, Ghost of Tsushima 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and much more. Especially taking into consideration the extremely lackluster nature of the previous Sony State of Play that we did receive this year, this has only made fans even more desperate to see what the true future of PlayStation entails. Well, according to Jeff Grubb himself, who if you don't know is an extremely reliable gaming industry insider, has recently shed some light on the subject. Now again, keep in mind that none of this has been officially confirmed by anyone at PlayStation or Sony Interactive Entertainment directly, but Grubb has been known to be pretty accurate when it does come to his statements. So while I am personally inclined to believe everything that Jeff Grubb is saying here, definitely make sure to take this all with a grain of salt. And as the news was summarized on this recent PlayStation Lifestyle article, it states that the date for the next PlayStation Showcase event could take place before Summer Game Fest in June, as insider Jeff Grubb has claimed. Sony's highly anticipated event has yet to be officially announced, but Grubb has suggested that it will be broadcast before Jeff Keighley's annual gaming event, which is set to go live on June 8th. Now, as Jeff Grubb went on to highlight on Twitter, is that he showcased a list of summer gaming events and the dates on which they will take place. This specifically includes the supposed Xbox Showcase and Starfield Direct, which Grubb alleges will occur after Summer Game Fest on June 11th, as well as a Ubisoft Forward presentation on June 12th, and the PlayStation Showcase itself is vaguely defined to occur sometime before Summer Game Fest on June 8th. And to continue on with the article is that they go on to analyze that this means that the PlayStation Showcase will likely take place in early June, potentially at some point between June 1st and June 7th. It is still unclear what is set to be shown during this event, but there are plenty of upcoming PS5 games that players want to see more of. Most notably, of course, is Insomniac's two upcoming Marvel games with Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine. It was previously rumored that the showcase would take place before E3 2023, but as it was recently reported is that E3 is now cancelled. Grubb also noted that the PlayStation Showcase would include bigger and better games after the last disappointing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League State of Play presentation, which the Game Mess podcast host called an obligation. And in my opinion, that definitely makes sense considering that Warner Brothers does have an interesting partnership with PlayStation where they do have marketing rights tailored to specific games, like what we previously saw with Hogwarts Legacy and what we're currently seeing now with the Suicide Squad game. However, I actually disagree with one of the statements that was made in this article, where they indicate that the PlayStation Showcase could occur sometime before the Summer Games Fest in June, specifically in the points between June 1st and June 7th. But for me personally, I actually think that we will be able to see a PlayStation Showcase take place even earlier within the month of May, especially if Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is planning to be featured in this PlayStation Showcase. There's one major factor that's occurring in June that Sony would actually benefit from showcasing Marvel's Spider-Man 2 earlier in order to bolster the game's marketing even further. And if you're a major Spider-Man fan, I definitely think you know what I'm talking about.
We are supposed to be the good guys.
We are.
That's right, Spidey fans, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is releasing this year on June 2nd, 2023. And considering how beloved the first Spider-Verse movie was, there's no doubt that Across the Spider-Verse is going to absolutely dominate within the box office by the time it releases in June. And knowing full well that Spider-Verse is a Sony-owned property, it would only make sense that Sony would want to double down on the Spider-Man marketing by also potentially including a small Marvel Spider-Man 2 trailer to coincide with the release of the film. It could even be something as small as a slight pre-order trailer to incentivize people to pre-order Marvel Spider-Man 2 in advance in order to potentially receive an Across the Spider-Verse themed skin that may be featured within the game for Miles Morales to wear. Just like what we saw with the Into the Spider-Verse suit being featured in Miles Morales' game, as well as the small pre-order trailer that we saw for the Iron Spider suit tied into Avengers Infinity War. So if anything, my current theory is that we will be able to see a full-length PlayStation showcase featuring Marvel Spider-Man 2 within some point either in the middle or late time period of May, which will then have a small trailer be attached to the Across the Spider-Verse film on June 2nd, to then have the Summer Games Fest occur on June 8th, considering that I highly doubt that Sony would want to reveal a full-length gameplay showcase of Marvel Spider-Man 2 at any other event that isn't their own Sony-dominated property. But on the flip side, PlayStation has made a couple appearances in the past at previous Summer Games Fest, so who knows exactly what Sony and Jeff Keighley in particular have in store for this year's event. But nonetheless, we will just have to wait and see. But with all that said, everybody, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think of the possibility of seeing a PlayStation showcase occur in May, and what do you want to see be revealed for Marvel Spider-Man 2 by the time we see it in action? Let me know what you think. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and for more Marvel Spider-Man 2 videos like this in the future, stay spectacular, Spidey fans, and stay awesome, PlayStation gamers, and until next time, peace out.